Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 17, which is entitled as Shraddha Traya Vibhava Yoga, the three types of faith. Sloka 12. Abhisandhāya tu phalaṁ, dambhārtham api caiva ijyate bharata-śreṣṭha, tam yajñaṁ viddhi rājasam. Bharata-śreṣṭha, O best among the descendants of Bharata, yet that which yajñaṁ, dambhārtham api, for the sake of prestige, phalaṁ, the fruit declared in the Shastra, abhisandhāya tu, desiring, ijyate, is performed, tam yajñaṁ, that sacrifice, rājasam, in the mode of passion, viddhi, no. Translation: but the sacrifice performed for some material benefit or for the sake of pride, O Arjuna, you should know to be in the mode of passion. Phalaṁ of two types, prakrita phalam, aprakrita phalam. Whenever we hear that one has to give up the result of one's action, what has been said is give up the prakrita phalam, the material gains and benefits, but not the spiritual phalam, gains. Prakrita phalam, or performing a sacrifice for getting child, better health, wealth, promotions. These are all prakrita phalam. Expecting to have name and fame by doing such yajña, not done truthfully, that's called dambhārtham. To get name and fame, to establish oneself in the society where their name can stay for a longer period even after they die. Such people are not concerned of pleasing the Lord. When one performs yaga, sacrifice, to create an image of being righteous-minded person and with a view to attain some fruits that's stated in the scripture, then that type of yaga is called rājasic. Whereas when the yaga is done only to obtain fame and that's a goal in one's mind, then that is called tamasic. That we will discuss more when we get to the next sloka. So this is something very important to be noticed by those who are practicing spirituality or practicing bhakti in Krishna consciousness. We should be watch out for such unconscious or sometimes even consciously our behaviors towards wanting to gain some fruits by our action or get some name and become famous to be called as a great devotee. Whereas if one is really pure by heart and really great, he will be glorified anyway. But when one desires to get that name, then that is rājasic. Sometimes people want to do some nice kirtan or bhajan. Why? Because they'll be seen by others as a wonderful devotee. Sometimes people aggressively work on some services to give some best result, but motive could be to get some name from that service. Whereas there are people who will not take up any other service behind the screen. They want to be in the front with audience, otherwise they will not take that service. Such people sometimes only come on special occasions where their service can be seen, but when called for other days, they will refuse because there's no audience, no one is going to appreciate. They fail to see that Krishna is the main audience. He is watching our intention, our mood of service. So people does yaga in the view to attain the result which will flow in their life, current life, and also that carries to the future birth. That is rājasic. As we are discussing about yajña, which is of three types, sattvika, rājasa and tamasa, let's be clear on something here. It is not that there are sattvika yajña, rājasa yajña and tamasa yajña, because the dravya, the material used are pretty much same, the articles, the yajña kunda. Therefore, classifying them as sattvika yajña, rājasa yajña and tamasa yajña is not appropriate. But they can be said so based on the mentality of the performer towards the result. Then it classified into these three categories. If one performs a yajña expecting no result, then any yajña that's performed which mentioned in the Vedas in that mode will be sattvika yajña. If the same yajña is performed with some expectation of some material results, with names and fame, then it is classified as rājasa yajña. If someone performs with wanting to obtain some name, then that is tamasa yajña. So one can perform any yajña, but in what consciousness, in what mode they perform, results to be either sattvika, rājasa or tamasa yajña. Bharata-śreṣṭha, therefore Arjuna is addressed here as the best among the descendants of Bharata. Therefore, you should only perform sattvika yajña, not the other two, rājasa or tamasa. To conclude, the yajña performed for the sake of show and also aiming at the result stated in the scriptures is said to be of rājasic character. Abhisandhāya tu phalaṁ dambhārtham caiva ijyate bharata-śreṣṭha tam yajñaṁ viddhi rājasam. Namaste. Hare Krishna.